forget to get your foundation out. I forgot to get everything out. Oh. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a foundation review on the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation. I believe that is the correct name. Because this just came out and I've seen some people do some stuff, but I wanted to review it because I've actually really been liking it. Like I said in the intro, I could have to get up at any minute and go talk to maintenance slash open the door for them slash hide in my room while they just come in. So there's that. I already did my eye makeup and my brow makeup. I always do eye slash brow makeup before foundation because that's the kind of person I am. I'm leaving the towels up because it gives a little bit of contrast rather than my translucent skin blending into the wall. So let me pull up the claims of this foundation. It's only at Ulta and I believe on the Makeup Revolution site, which I know they have a US and obviously a UK site. Don't know if they have other sites, not too sure. All it says on Ulta is foundation just got faster, available in multiple shades and a range of undertones. Makeup Revolution's fast-based stick foundation quickly perfects contours and highlights your complexion. So that is all. It does have 4 stars on Ulta and it does come in 18 shades, which is better than most drugstore foundations for an initial launch, and I feel like it's a good range. I actually have the shade F3. In the winter I'd probably be F2 or F1, but they do have the undertones on Ulta, so like F2 for fair skin tones with a yellow undertone, and then it goes all the way to F18 for dark skins with a warm undertone. And from what I can tell, it's a good, like there's some light shades, there's some medium shades, and then there's some dark shades. It's not like 20 light shades and then like 2 dark shades. Sorry my head's chopped off. This is how it's gonna go. Also, sorry for the ticking. I realized when I edited my last video, you can definitely hear it. I'm hopefully getting a lamp today and when I go home again this weekend, I'm gonna try and remember a tripod so I can film in my actual room. So I'm gonna do what I normally do to prep my skin, which I already like washed, toned, moisturized, all that jazz. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio in 300. It is the redness one. I really like this primer. This is one of the few primers I really, there's like none left, I really enjoy. I got it before I started making the switch to cruelty free. I know there's a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So I've also been using a Wet n Wild one, but I'm just trying to use this one up. So if you know any cruelty-free dupes of this, let me know. Also, my brows are out of control. We're gonna ignore that. And then I'm gonna go in with the Mario Badescu, apparently I can't say words today, facial spray with aloe, chamomile, and lavender, and just do a couple spritzes. This doesn't, like, it doesn't make my makeup last longer, but it does make it look really nice and just skin-like. So real quick, I am actually going to do a shade comparison. So I have one other stick foundation, and it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, and I have this, and I believe the second lightest shade, Warm Alabaster. And holy crap, I've used so much. I'm almost out of this. I did not realize that. Okay. So this is my winter shade just for comparison, but Makeup Revolution, Anastasia Beverly Hills one. I would say the Makeup Revolution one is a lot creamier. Just by even swatching it, I can feel the difference. It is so much creamier, which if you have dry skin is probably good. If you have oily skin slash combo skin like me, might not be as good, but we're just gonna go right in. I'm gonna use a brush on one side and I'm gonna use a sponge on the other. I'll like link this sponge down below. I got it in Ipsy and I actually really like this for blending out foundation because it's kind of like not as squishy as the Real Techniques in the Beauty Blender, so you still get the coverage. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do, I usually do like a couple swipes there, a swipe here on the nose, kind of right there, and then along the jawline. So I'm going to go in with a brush on this side. move my mirror. So this is the brush side. It looks pretty much the same as the sponge side. I literally see no difference. I'm going to build it up a little bit because I usually do a couple extra there to kind of go right there because my nose ring makes it hard, and on my forehead and my chin. This is like super buildable, and I'm going to use the sponge to build it up. Like, it doesn't really look heavy to me, but I don't know. I feel like it could look heavy if you don't prep your skin right. Okay, so that is what that looks like. It is obviously very, very dewy. So I'm oily to combo, so I always set it with a powder, but maybe you could get away with not setting it if you have really dry skin or whatever. But yeah, so that's what it looks like. It is 12:13 right now. I am gonna do the rest of my makeup real quick. I'm not gonna really conceal too much on my face so it doesn't like affect the foundation, and I'm also not gonna bake like I usually do with this. I'm just gonna use regular pressed powders so we can get a better gauge for how long it lasts. So I will be right back. I mentioned I'm not baking today. I usually do bake with this foundation, but I want it to be like a true test of the actual foundation, if that makes sense, and see how oily it gets. I do use matte powders because, as I've said a million times, I'm combo to oily. So I use the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder under my eyes. If you have fair skin, definitely give this a try, especially for under eyes. There's like a little bit of a tint, not too much, so it's worth it. It's like $3 too, so it's worth it. And then the CoverGirl Clean Matte. This is super old. I should get rid of it. I'm on like the last little bits, but I really like this powder, and I really need to find a good cruelty-free version of this because this stuff works wonders. And then I also sprayed my face again with the Mario Badescu lavender spray. Like I've said, it doesn't prolong my makeup. It doesn't make it last better for longer. It just like melts all the powders in. So looks a little cakey right now, and I honestly think that's my fault because I kind of put a lot on. So if you put a lot on, it can look cakey, and it's only really around, like, looks kind of not great where I have texture. So right now that's my forehead. My cheeks look relatively okay, and everything. It's just I'm breaking out on my forehead, so it doesn't look great. But if I give it about an hour, I know it'll look better because my natural oils will start coming through. So it's kind of user error rather than product error, if that makes sense. Okay, it is 12:28 when I finished all my makeup. I'm going to call that the check-in time because that's when I set everything and finished like my actual face makeup. I think I already mentioned it. I didn't bring the concealer anywhere on my face. I just literally did under my eyes and that was it. So yes, I'm gonna go edit the footage I just filmed before work and maybe make some pasta. So I will check in before I go to work because I go to work at like 2:30ish. So it would have been on for 2 hours at that point, and then I'll check in like after work. And yeah, I'll also do a check-in real quick in natural lighting so you guys can see how it looks instead of like these fluorescent bathroom lights. Okay, so I'm back with an update. I am literally about to start walking to work. I have like 5 minutes to film this update. It's 2:25. So I believe the foundation's been on almost exactly 2 hours, give or take like 5 minutes. Because if I remember, I did my check-in at 12:25. So yeah, we had an outfit change. The other shirt I was wearing was a crop top, and I can't wear that to work for obvious reasons. So I'm gonna zoom you in. Also, I added lipstick. I did eat my pasta. Okay. So the forehead looks better. My cheeks are fine. My cheeks look great, actually. Forehead is looking better. My nose, it's kind of starting to break up on my nose, which is why I usually bake my nose because it avoids this. I might do another clip of like the foundation after I actually like wear it and do what I normally do, which would be baking, because maybe that, I don't know, that's how I make it work best. It still looks pretty good though. I'm not getting oily. It's still just like a nice healthy glow rather than like a grease ball. So yeah, I'm going to check in when I get off work. I work 3 to 6:30, and it might be on my iPhone because I have to go drop off a prescription like as soon as I get off work. So I will see you guys in a couple hours, maybe on the camera, maybe on my phone, who knows. So it's a different day. I'm wearing the same shirt because it's comfortable and I wore it for like literally an hour yesterday. But trust me, it's a different day. So yesterday I actually forgot to do a check-in because I was busy running errands and stuff, but I did get 2 pictures, and one of them has a timestamp on it because I use Snapchat. So you can see, and just to, I don't know if I'm going to voice over. If I do, I'll just cut out this point, or cut out me explaining this. So it breaks up around my nose during the day when I just use regular powder, and a little bit on my chin. I'm also very prone to touching my face, especially when I'm at work, because I usually like be like this and like on the computer. But I tried my best not to do that yesterday. It does transfer pretty easily, and I also noticed yesterday, I looked in like my car, like, you know when you pull out the mirror in your car and that's like the teller of truth, and you usually look like actual human trash, and you're like, wow, do I really look this bad and nobody has told me? That was the teller of truth. It actually oxidized on my neck. I saw it, it was a little bit more orange. Or not a brush. I usually use the pink sponge I used yesterday. Once again, I will link it down below. I have noticed I love this sponge. I've had it for a week and a half though, and this is the one, this is the older one, and I have a new one because Ipsy accidentally sent me, basically I got sent 2 bags because my dorm was like, we're not going to forward any packages, and then they forwarded my package. And I had reached out because I was like, it was literally lost in transit and I didn't know where to put it. But I don't know if you can see the shade difference, but holy crap. Anyways, I really like this sponge. It stains really easy. You have to like immediately wash it after you use it, which is a little annoying. Or else it just looks disgusting. Plus there's that whole, like, the pink has completely faded. This is like, the new one is like the shade of my hair when I first dyed it, and now this one's just like the sad shade of my hair now. Next, I'm gonna bake my face. This isn't an NYC Smooth Skin container, but it is the Makeup Revolution Ghost Powder. If you are not super light, don't use this. It literally will turn your skin white. So I bake my nose. I don't bake it for very long either. Just a couple, like honestly like a minute or so. I think this powder is the reason why I never noticed it oxidizing, because it does lighten it, meaning I don't, like, it lightens it to the point where I wouldn't notice, because I'm like, okay, it matches my skin pretty good, or it brightens my skin. I also do my chin. And I'm just using a beauty blender for this. I don't like really pack it on, I just do a little bit, but this helps a lot. Wait a little bit, I'm going in with my Wet n Wild pressed photo focus powder stuff, and I believe this is Warm Ivory, Warm Light. So this is a little too dark for me normally, but if I kind of mix it in with the white, it works really well and it tones it down. This is the foundation I did. You already saw how I set it with the powder and stuff, and then I did like my bronzer and everything, and I sprayed some of this to melt everything together. And this to me is how I think, this is how I like my foundation to look. I liked it to look a little matte at first, which obviously is because of my skin type, but I would rather it start off pretty matte and then like as I wear it, it gets glowier. and like more healthy than like just oily, because that's what I found that this does. It kind of lets oil through on the places where it looks good and not where it doesn't look good. So yeah, I don't notice anything weird with my texture, maybe my forehead, but like I said, I am breaking out, so can't help that. There's an eye booger right there. Okay. So it is currently 1:04. I have to leave for work in about an hour and a half, so I'll do what I did yesterday and check in before I head to work, and then I'll actually do it after I go to work too today, because I'm lazy. But yeah, I'll check in after I come back from work and stuff, and try and leave it on for as long as possible. I think I'm going to be doing some homework tonight. I have to take a midterm, and I have to do another quiz and a journal for another class, and then prepare for my other 2 summer classes that are starting next week. So with that being said, I will see you guys in like an hour and a half. So we're super backlit, but this is in natural lighting. I'm standing in front of my giant window in my apartment, and it is like I'm about to run to work, so it's been like an hour, and it looks really good. This is how I like it. My nose only has highlight on it, that's why it's so shiny. But yeah, I'm gonna go to work now, and I will see you guys later. I had this filmed on my actual camera, and my actual camera, apparently it was like on, but it was not filming because it didn't even have enough battery to film. So here we are on my iPhone for the last check-in. It's 10:33, so this foundation has been on 9.5 hours, which is probably about a little above the average time I would actually wear this foundation, but it still looks pretty good. There is a huge portion of my nose that is just wiped off because somebody went like they booped my nose, and my foundation came off, and then they wiped it on my sweatshirt. So my forehead still looks fine, my chin still looks fine. This is obviously the area I have the most problems with, like looking greasy, but this still looks fine. My cheeks look fine. If I were to go out for whatever reason, I'd probably just like blot, and I wouldn't even do that now. I'd do that in probably about an hour or so, because this is still looking fine. I literally see no problems with it. I hope you enjoyed the 2-part kind of thing where I made it work for my skin type, and then I just did a general wear test. As you can see, like the baking definitely makes it last better for me. Maybe it will for you, maybe it won't for you. Who knows? With that being said, I'm gonna go eat a popsicle, and I think I'm gonna re-dye the pink in my hair because it's pretty faded, and I'm going to Pride this weekend, so I want it to be nice and bright. So if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like my personality, I guess, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be trying to upload like every week, week and a half or so, and yeah, I hope you guys have a good day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you soon. Bye guys!